Hello the internet, my name is Wesley and this is day 7 of putting together a DIY 3D printed analog synthesizer for the Synthesizer Library of Portland. I'm going to be releasing one video every day until I've got this project completed, so if you want to see what I build tomorrow, hit the subscribe button. Anyway, the module that I'm going to be racking up today is this right here. This is the Look Mum No Computer Simple DIY Envelope Generator. I've modified the circuit a smidge. I created my own Stripboard layout that I'll link to in the description. Where you can essentially build two of them together on one board and then put them together in one panel like I've done here. And I've passively linked them together so that a trigger input sent to the leftmost part of the module will also trigger the one on the right, but that connection can be broken if you plug into both and use them separately. So this is a fun little circuit. It's got indicator lights and it's just attack and decay. There's no like sustain and release, so the controls are simplified a little. It's just like the response is really snappy, which I like. You can get extremely quick little plucks. You can even hear a little transient click that's going into the reverb that I have on this. I'm a big fan of that. I really like it. I don't mind that little click. I think it's like a fun little artifact that you don't really see on envelope generators that have a slower response time. When you go totally dry though, that super fast attack click can stick out a little, so you know, it's got a distinct sound. There ain't nothing wrong with a little delay and reverb can't fix, if you know what I mean. But the incredible simplicity of this circuit and its super snappy little attack and decay come with some serious caveats to keep in mind. So if, for example, I put the attack too high when I'm in trigger only mode, it literally just stops working. So it kind of has to be plucky if you're in trigger mode, whereas if I put it on gate mode, and the difference here is that with trigger mode it doesn't matter how long I hold the key, it just goes attack and release immediately, whereas on gate it just like stays open until I release and then decays. With that you can do longer attack times and it works fine. But it's just something to keep in mind that like you're not going to be able to access every control in every configuration, and when you see the back of this thing and see how simple it is, you'll understand why it's got some weird quirks. It's also got these little buttons here that you can use to manually trigger the envelope. The only quirk being that because I've linked the left and right together, if you press the left one, it triggers the right one automatically too, unless you've got something in there to break that normal connection. All that being said, if you saw my review of the envelope generator from a couple of days ago, I complained about these buttons, and I kind of didn't realize how fragile they were when I built this thing, so I would probably pick different buttons if you plan on building one of these yourself. The Stripboard layout doesn't call for any specific type of button. You can use whatever you want. I also dug in on critiquing some of the like weird quirks or limitations of the envelope generator I reviewed a couple of days ago, and it might seem like I'm giving this one a free pass a little bit, and there is a bit of bias there because this is just like not actually a product that's being sold online. It's just a Stripboard layout that you can build that's like meant for simplicity. So because it's not actually being sold, like no one's making money off of it, I am willing to give it a little bit more leeway, but at the same time, like this is a less refined design than the AI synthesis envelope generator that we reviewed a while back. But I've also reviewed the music from outer space envelope generator that I would say is probably the most refined out of the three, and those are the ones that are in my daily driver rack. Despite its pretty significant limitations, I still think this is a worthwhile module to build just because it's so cheap and simple, and it does get the job done. That plucky response really is good for like certain types of playing, but you will encounter its limitations sooner or later, don't get me wrong. But I still like it, so I'm putting it in the donation synth so that other people can use it. I just hope that people don't get too frustrated when they crank up the attack and find that like nothing's happening. Keep in mind with this module is that when the attack and decay are very different, it can cause like re-triggering issues. So you have to sort of wait for one cycle to complete before you can re-trigger the whole thing again. So yeah, I won't pretend that there aren't some issues and limitations here. The main draw here is that it's like really easy and simple and just takes like a few components and a little bit of Stripboard to get going. like pretty quick, plucky little notes there. I can't really get that long, like, ow, that you can get with a more complicated envelope generator like the ones I use in my daily driver or the AI synthesis one that I reviewed a couple days ago. Anyway, thanks again for watching this. My name is Wesley, and you can subscribe if you want to see me finish building this out. We've got a few more modules left to go, and then final assembly of the whole rack. But we're getting there, and I'm looking forward to having this project done. So yeah, feel free to come along that journey with me if it's something you're interested in. Thanks, and have a good one. Goodbye.